So we're both kind of nervous because we don't do this talking at an iPhone thing often.
No, it's really weird for me.
Yeah, I'm Bear with BearIndependent.com
and Kyle from Survival Prepping for Normal People.
Mortal enemies, if you believe the internet, sworn to kill each other on sight, and oil and water.
Yeah, I don't. Oh my God, I don't get that. A lot of people don't understand is that Bear and I, we've had a lot of conversations behind the scenes, not in full view of the public. We've gotten to know each other pretty good. We're internet friends, thanks technology, but no, we're actually friends. And we probably see eye to eye on about 99.9% of things, more than people would think. We just have different approaches because we have different personalities. Why? Because we're different people. It's okay. It's okay to be different. Celebrate it, embrace it.
Right? Isn't like diversity, I think diversity is mandated now.
Well, it's our strength.
Thanks for being here. Why are we here? What are we doing?
I came to join you on a mission. You asked me to come help with tile and stuff, and ended up working on some drywall and some other things. It's Bethany House. You've talked about it before. Basically, they rescue people from human trafficking, and they try to help them put their lives back together, reunite them with their families, get them the help they need, kind of transition them back into as normal of a life as they're ever going to have again. I can't imagine a fate worse than being a victim of something like that. And I've said it before, I said it in one of my videos, there are more people in bondage today than there has ever been at any other period in history. You wouldn't think that from looking at the history books, but I mean, we literally have open air slave markets in Libya now. Yep. Thanks, Hillary. But it's a fact. Yep. And it's really, they're almost ghosts in society. You don't see them. You don't know where they are, but you probably have run into one if you don't know somebody who's been a victim already.
$150 billion per year industry in North America.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So thanks for being here, man.
Hey, you're welcome.
I appreciate you coming and helping out. And we figured we'd do some 20 questions.
Absolutely.
I've got questions for you.
20 or 10 from you and 10 from me?
That's 20 questions.
Total?
Yes, total.
Okay,
20,
all right.
Yet.
All right, my math's still good. I had to check my calculator.
It's working. All right. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
We'll just kind of go back and forth. I got one for you. Okay. Back, well, I guess it started in the 90s and it became a thing in the 2000s. People would interview presidential candidates. And one of the things they would say is boxers or briefs. So, boxers or briefs?
Oh, that's a good question. There's ladies in the room, but they know us. So for a while, it was just commando. And and then I've recently gravitated back to boxer briefs. But the stretchy ones, not the cottony ones, because when you're doing the homesteading things. Yeah. So if not commando, then boxer briefs.
I got you. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Me personally, I prefer the tactical thong with cargo pockets.
No,
but it's got to be multicam. Well, actually, in the morning it starts out like lime green. By the end of the day, it's multicam. Yeah, absolutely. Tactical thongs. Oh, you can buy those on my website. See the link down below, tacticalthongs.com.
Well, so my first question is pseudo-serious.
Oh, okay.
And mine were in the Gavin.
Okay.
I asked these same questions of Twitch as well, so this would be good comparison. If you could live anywhere, where would you live?
If I could live anywhere, where would I live?
No bad answer. Disneyland, Borneo.
No bad answer. Like, as in right now, where would I live? Given everything being what it is.
You won the Powerball, $500 million, and you're like, that's it. We're going to move from here and go to there.
XYZ. Well, not New Zealand, because that's where all the crazy people are going to go when things go bad. Let me see.
And hobbits.
Somewhere warm. Maybe like Belize. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Belize?
Yeah, they speak English there. It's warm.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Cool. Your turn.
Okay. When did you realize you were a prepper? When was your aha moment? Holy crap, I'm a prepper.
That's a good question. So I was raised on a homestead.
Okay.
And so a big part of what I do is just the way I was raised.
Just a natural extension of what you already
Yeah,
do.
I mean, 2-acre garden growing up, you know, chickens.
Awesome.
The whole thing, right?
Awesome.
And then I spent a large portion of my life living out of a big green duffel bag.
Okay.
And then I saw a lot of like how the powers that be weren't necessarily good stewards of the vested interest that the people put into them.
Yeah.
And then I did some work for FEMA and I was like, oh wow, I'm screwed. And then so I slowly started connecting the dots, and I started with, like I think most people do, with like firearms.
Yeah.
And then eventually got into food storage, and then eventually got into agriculture and training and the whole nine. And so I'd say I really got into the preparedness mindset shortly after Hurricane Katrina, when I was working for FEMA doing cleanup for Katrina, and just seeing the way that the federal response did not handle all of the issues associated with Katrina.
Right.
That was the it moment for me, that I went from, you know, on the fence to full-fledged.
That's a big one. That's a serious wake-up call for a lot of people. On the whole thing with Katrina, I think the response, in some part, you know, I'm a little conspiratorial minded. Hey, guys, don't tell anybody. I want people to make sure they take me seriously. I think a part of that was a think tank somewhere said, yeah, okay, General Honore has 84 truckloads of water on pallets and everything, and he's not stuck on stupid, but let's let this thing simmer a couple days and see what happens in a major American city when shit literally has hit the fan and there's dead bodies floating in the streets. How are people going to react? Superdome much? Yeah. There you go. So that was a big wake-up call for a lot of people. Yeah, so that's a good one. That's an excellent answer. Excellent answer.
What's the best advice you've ever gotten?
The best advice I've ever gotten? There's a couple ways I could handle this. Well, let's do it this way. My good friend here says do the things. That's excellent advice. Me, I'm more of a prepper poet, a philosopher, if you will. I like to think about things. I'm a thinker, also a doer, but I like to think, and that's what I talk about with you guys mostly. Just my thoughts, so I can get it out of my head so it doesn't explode. And that's why I really wear these beanies. They're like compression beanies. They're really tight. They keep my skull from cracking open with all the stuff that I think about. But do the things. But an old man gave me some advice a long, long time ago. And I was on a job, and it was my first foreman position. I had a crew of guys, highly skilled, qualified craftsmen, a lot of them older than me. I was younger, and I was having trouble with a couple of my guys. You know, how do I deal with them? How do I keep people moving? How do I get the work turned out and all this other stuff? So I went to a guy that I'd worked around, older guy, been in the business a long time. And he said, yeah, pushing people's hard. I said, yeah, it's real hard. He said, how much weight do you think a quarter horse can push? I said, I don't know. He said, well, how much do you think it can pull? I said, well, I'm not sure, probably 1,000 pounds. He's like, yeah, about 1,600, 1,800 pounds. It can pull it real easy. He said, but if you get that horse up against that wagon with its chest and ask it to push it, it can't do it. Lead from the front. Pull the load, and it'll come with you. So, yeah, that was probably the best advice I ever got. Yours is a close second.
Appreciate it, man.
You're welcome.
What do you got? Send it.
All right. You talked about security a while ago, the gun thing. That is a big segue for a lot of people because that's the cool stuff. That's the immediate safety blanket. I feel better now I have a weapon, which I understand that. Beyond security, after the guns, what is the first thing a prepper should do?
Oh man, stock your pantry. Stock your pantry, and then after that, honestly start developing your intel. Understand your neighborhood, do an area study, get a feel for the environment that you're operating in. The human condition on the ground matters.
Absolutely.
And it all informs, it's like a Venn diagram. You have these overlapping circles, right? You need the firearm to solve deadly force issues now, right? You need the food because without the food, you'll starve to death. You may need both of those to, you know, if the people around you are behaving so poorly, you can reach a critical mass where neither of those things matter, right? And so understanding your operating environment is really important as well. but I'm huge on food storage, and I think everybody within the sound of my voice knows that.
Yeah.
And then the next thing after farms, man, if I had to pick one, it would be start on food storage. You know, Pastor Joe is, and I think he hit the nail on the head when he said you've really got two threats and without rule of law, and that's starvation and people behaving badly.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, I would definitely go with food storage as my second behind firearms.
Yep, security and a way to stay fed. Absolutely. I like it.
Good segue. What food will you miss the most in SHTF?
What food will I miss the most in SHTF? Let me see. Creme brulee? No. Lobster. I'm going to miss lobster the most. I'm going to bug out to Maine and I can have all the lobster I want.
That's a good idea.
Honestly, the food I would probably miss the most would probably be something stupid like In-N-Out Burger.
Right.
Fast food.
Right.
Junky stuff. It tastes good. It kills you slowly. But it's bad for the arteries, but it's so good for the soul.
Right.
Yeah, just a good old greasy burger, man, with fries and a big giant Coke. You know, the kind that Mike Bloomberg doesn't like. Yeah, with a plastic straw. Yeah.
Assault straws?
Oh yeah, full automatic assault straws.
I love it.
Able to empty 16 ounces in less than 10 seconds. That's right.
Send it.
Okay, we've covered several topics. Where would you want to live? What food would you miss? If you were stuck on an island,
okay,
and you could take one prepper with you, who would it be?
Oh man,
he's not going to say me because I'll just keep him laughing all the time and never get nothing done.
I've only got one person to assist me on this island. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
I need them to live, or I need them for company?
Well, you need them to live.
Okay.
They are there to make sure you survive, and you're vice versa.
Canadian prepper.
You know what? I was going to say the same thing.
He's got solar panels.
He does, on his tundra.
On the tundra.
And if I'm on an island and I can't reach the coconut, and I don't have a 40mm katana boy from Silky Saw, and I can't get that palm tree down, you're damn right. Yeah, we give that guy a lot of grief. We do. But you know what? I do think in certain settings, well, probably in most settings, he would have a pretty good chance to survive. I think he's thought about it a lot. I think he's got some basic wilderness survival skills that are probably pretty good. I mean, he's got an SKS, Soviet pattern weapon, that I'm a fan of that. He's already got one notch in my book from that. Now he's up to notch 1. But but no, I think he would probably do pretty good. His approach is real clinical and tries to be real psychological and cerebral. But I think he'd probably make it.
I guess honestly,
yeah.
If I didn't say my pastor,
right,
Pastor Joe Fox of Viking Preparedness, if not him, which I can't think of a good reason not to say him. But
dude!
But I know a lot of people would be like, "You're just patronizing, Bear.
Yeah, you're sucking up to Pastor Joe."
Listen,
never mind that he was like a Green Beret and all this other crazy stuff you guys don't even know about.
We hang out in real life. I don't have to suck up to the man. You know what I mean? And so, for real, if not Pastor Joe, which would probably be my first answer, I think maybe next after that, and I don't think he's in the prepper category, but just survivalist category, would be Dave Canterbury from Pathfinder School.
Oh, yeah.
Because that guy is like, we have 122 round and a Mora bushcraft knife, and I built you a castle. I'm like, okay, cool, thanks.
That's what I'm talking about. So, I was gonna say Bear Grylls. Yeah, because like you'll see him hollow out the carcass of a dead horse and sleep in the middle of a blizzard. He's really at a hotel.
Yeah.
So I want him to show me where the hotels are in the middle of the blizzard.
That's actually a good idea. I like that one.
Damn right. Bear Grylls.
What is your most irrational fear?
Most irrational fear?
Irrational fear.
Sharks. I am scared to death of sharks. I'm not gonna lie.
Can we twinsies for a moment?
Sure.
Myself included.
Sharks.
I have a legitimate irrational fear of sharks. I cannot stand them.
I don't know if it was Jaws, which came out when I was at the impressionable age of like 4 or 5. That probably had a lot to do with it, since my parents had like no filter and weren't worried about sheltering their children, and would take you to a rated R movie where people get eaten by a giant fish, and kids really don't know the difference between what's real and what's not. It's just sharks, man. There's something about them. It's not that they're evil. It's just that they are so naturally efficient and good at what they do. Yeah. They are the perfect animal for what they do. And when you think about it, I mean, I did a research paper.
You're not allaying my fears at all.
No. Yes, I did a research paper in high school, right? So I had to have this paper to graduate English class to get my diploma. So I did this 6 months long research paper, like a thesis, like you'd have to write in college. So anyway, my teacher was crazy, but I did it on great white sharks because I wanted to face my fear and embrace it, right? Okay, well, it turns out these things can smell 1 drop of blood in 1,000,000 drops of water, okay? They've got a line that runs down their body from their back of their eye all the way down to their tail fin that senses sound vibrations from miles and miles away, okay? So they've got an amazing sense of smell. They can hear you forever away. Their eyesight, they can actually see shiny objects in murky water for up to like 3,000 feet, like half a mile. And if you poke out its eyes and you poke out its nose and you make sure it can't hear you, it's got these things in its nose that sense electromagnetic field that can detect the heartbeat of other animals. It's gonna find you, and it's gonna kill you, and it's gonna eat you. So I really embraced my fear. I don't go in the ocean, by the way. I have no reason. I live like within jogging distance of the beach, but I don't go in the water. We go build a sandcastle because I want you to think about this. I'm gonna get off sharks for a minute. You are as helpless in the water against a shark as a shark is on land against you.
So the dividing line is the ocean.
Absolutely.
And so if you stay on the dry side of the ocean, you're good.
And even then, I don't know. Land sharks, that shit comes out. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm moving to China. The sharks scare me that much. I'm moving to Wuhan.
It's safe there. It's safe
a lot safer than sharks on land.
I don't think you can actually get into Wuhan right now. But
well, getting in, probably easier than getting out.
Down that rabbit hole. All right, what's next? What do you got?
All right, so Bear has brought up population density before. Excellent shirt, by the way.
I got it from a guy on the internet.
Yeah, don't trust internet people. Bear has talked about population density before. He lives in this general area where we are. Driving up here, see, I don't think he's got a lot to worry about. I think there might actually be more two-headed cows per square mile than there are people in this area.
Likely.
So excellent choice. See, he stole one of my questions earlier. What would be your perfect bug out location geographically? Mountains, desert, swamp, ocean, sharks?
That's a good question. Bug out location geographically. Mountains are good.
I like the mountains.
The problem with mountains, though, is mountains make agriculture difficult.
Yep.
So if you can get at the base of a mountain in a field, you know, where you have that nice fertile soil in the valley,
right,
good to go.
A mountain valley, I like it.
So let's just do this since we're in fantasy land, right? I hit the Powerball, half a bill, right? And I'm like, you know what? I love Arquitects-A-Homeless, but we're going to get a summer home that can also serve as an SHTF retreat. Northern Colorado on the Wyoming border, Red Feather State Park, somewhere in that area is probably where I would end up. I would get a ghillie suit and a ball peen hammer and hunt moose that way. And not moose, elk.
He's got $500 million. He can have the moose imported from Canada.
Well, I would just chase him down because bears kill things, and that's what I would do. And basically live a carnivore diet on moose that I attacked with a ball peen hammer and a ghillie suit. And that's what I would do. That's where I would go. Northern Colorado.
High Mountain Valley. I like it.
Yeah, and I would not let anybody know what the Connex box full of things was that I brought into Colorado, since they're not very gun friendly there anymore.
Oh my God, Colorado's got, you know, and Nevada used to be a real freedom loving place, but it had the same problem Colorado has, Arizona has, Texas is having. Californication.
Californians is the issue.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Beverly Hillbillies in reverse.
We're not fans.
No.
Y'all keep that over there.
Y'all can stay there. That's fine.
What's the nerdiest thing you've ever done?
Oh my God. That look at my wife's laughing. That is hard to answer because I do nerdy shit every day.
It happens on the regular?
Every day. Hold on. Nerdiest thing I've ever done. Oh my God. Oh my God. I know. There's so many to choose from. Dressed up as Batman for Halloween. Spent $400 on a Darth Vader costume. Oh my God. Sold a gun and bought fantasy miniature figures for my son for his birthday.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
I'm a huge nerd though. There's just so many to choose from. I don't know. I
can go with any of those answers.
Yeah, probably spending $400 on a Darth Vader costume instead of buying another AR. Absolutely.
I'll give you that one.
Yeah, that's probably the nerdiest thing I've ever done.
All right, you're up. What do you got?
All right. Of all your skills, yes, knife hands.
Yes.
Of all your skills, if you could only have one that would benefit you during an SHTF, it could be any skill you want, and you could be completely proficient, have like a PhD in that shit. What would it be?
That's a really good one. Communication, and I don't mean ham radio. I mean the ability to look at somebody in the eye and talk to them.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like with that, I mean, for example, what we're doing this weekend, right? This absolutely is the hand of the Father doing this. Like, I just am lucky that I get to help facilitate with that, but it all comes back to communication. Okay, so to be able to convey what we're trying to accomplish, to be able to convey hard left and right limits, right? Cast the vision, get other people on board, understand with people where other people are coming from, to be able to empathize, to, you know, communication is a gift. It's a skill that I think a lot of people
it's definitely a skill
underestimate, and a lot of people don't possess. And I'm not saying that I do possess it or that I'm any good at it right now, but
60,000 people on YouTube disagree with that statement.
Well, I love y'all, but you should probably check your meds or something if you're watching this channel on the regular.
No, that's an awesome answer, because that's the beginning and ending of everything. Start and follow through. Absolutely. I would say doctor skills.
That's a good one.
You know, if I had to give up all my other skills and just have one, it would be brain surgeon. So I'm pretty sure I could fix a broken leg at that point, but I'm not sure a guy that can fix your leg can necessarily fix your broken brain. Yeah.
That's true.
Absolutely.
I like that.
I would be a doctor.
You know, getting to the medical, you might need some if you answer this next question wrong.
Okay.
Melee combat in your $400 Darth Vader uniform, you have to pick one to fight. 100 chicken-sized T-Rexes or one T-Rex-sized chicken. Which would you fight and why?
Oh, hell no. I'd go with the 100 chicken-sized T-Rexes. Have you seen a chicken chase a bug?
Yes, I have.
If there was a chicken the size of a T-Rex, okay, not only would Tyson try to kidnap it from its island and bring it back and put it on stage in golden chains for their commercials. Oil company and King Kong did that, in case the one from the 70s, in case you guys aren't tracking. But no, a chicken the size of T-Rex, I mean, the wings would be amazing if you could get them, but that would be deadlier than sharks. If you've never seen a chicken go after something, you have not seen a carnivore in action.
That's true.
Oh my God. No, I would take on 100 chicken-sized T-Rexes. That'd be cute and funny.
Just curious, what would your strategy be while fighting 100 chicken-sized T-Rexes?
Well, bacon in this hand.
Okay.
Throw it that way.
And run that way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, pretty much.
So
just try to tire them out.
What if you also had a hand grenade? And the
bacon wrapped hand grenade.
And then
works every time.
Okay. I love it. You're up.
Oh. Let me see. Oh, this was it. One vehicle for SHTF, what would it be?
Ooh. My mind instantly goes deuce and a half.
Uh-huh.
And then my mind also goes, you should be more practical than that. Probably a 4x4 diesel pickup truck.
Yep, excellent.
It's probably what I would think. Because, I mean, again, you see where we are.
Absolutely.
Very useful where I am.
Yep.
Perhaps not useful in the, in the suburbs, or less useful in the suburbs. Definitely not very useful in the city. But out here, it makes a lot of sense to have a 4x4 pickup truck. And for example, we have a brother that has a 1-ton dually that he's had chipped, that he has 180 gallons worth of fuel capacity.
That's going to get him 16 miles, by the way.
Well, actually, because it's chipped, he has a 3,800 mile range.
Holy cow.
And I was blown away. I was like, wow, dude. And so that kind of got my brain spinning.
3,800 miles. To put that in perspective, he can drive from Miami to Seattle and then down to San Francisco. Why he'd want to drive in those 3 cities, I don't know. But he could do it without having to fill back up.
Right. On one fill. I thought that was very impressive. And so if you had that capability and a 4x4 pickup truck that, was well maintained.
Dude.
Yeah. So
I'm thinking Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Okay.
The ultimate gray man vehicle. Nobody's going to see that coming. Oh, no.
What is something that you have recently changed your mind on?
Something I have recently changed my mind on. Like anything in general or prepping related?
Anything. And, well, I think part of the beauty of this forum is that, we're both preppers, but we're also both people.
Oh, yeah, right? Yeah, we are.
Yeah, right.
True.
And so I'm not like, I don't wake up in the morning and I'm like, I wonder what bushcraft knife I'm going to wear today. I'm like, I'm a human being, right?
Oh, well.
And so it's okay if there's a little depth of character that's exposed in this particular video.
Something I've changed my mind on.
And you can skip and we can come back around if you want to take some time to think.
I don't want to leave a whole lot of dead air hanging. I might have to take a pass and come back to that one.
Okay.
I change my mind on shit every 5 seconds.
Okay.
I just don't tell you guys.
Okay. Well, it sounded like you can answer this question pretty well.
Okay.
What is something silly that you do?
Something silly that I do.
Yeah.
Wow. A lot of things I do are silly. Something that I would think is silly, or something that somebody else would think is silly.
Either. Something that you do that you think is silly, but you do it anyway.
When I eat one thing at a time until it's gone, then I eat the next thing. It's kind of silly. It's not an OCD thing. I'm consciously doing that. I just don't like to mix the flavors up. So, like, let's say I've got black-eyed peas, okra, and mashed potatoes on the same plate. I'm going to eat one of that item until it's gone, then the next one, then the next one. I don't take one bite from each.
So check this out. I am a ratio eater. And if you stole a bite of my mashed potatoes, but didn't steal a bite of my black-eyed peas and my okra, now I'm pissed at you.
You've thrown
because you've thrown the ratio off.
Oh,
yeah, and my wife rejoices in the opportunity to steal food from me so that she can knowingly throw my ratio off.
That's cool. Now I'm not one of those.
My buttons.
I'm not one of those touchy food people. I don't care if my food's touching.
It's just
I don't want to live in the same neighborhood with each other. But if they're neighbors, it's okay.
There's laws. I think you just violated some kind of touchy-feely laws even by saying
diversity is our dinner's strength.
Okay. Copy. What do you got?
All right. One piece of gear for shit hit the fan. I'm talking rifle, body armor, boots, cargo pants, don't matter. One that you have to have.
Water filter. Water filter.
Dude's good. I think he's thought about this before.
I have not thought about this before. Water filter.
It's your first day?
Yeah, I'm pretty new to this prepping stuff.
Mine too.
I actually don't know anything about it. I just talk a really good game on the internet. Because, I mean, think about it. A knife is great, right?
Oh, yeah, knife can do all kind of things.
But if I had to, I could improvise one. Right? Shelter, we can find some, we can make some. I mean, there's literally a show, it's terrible, but there's a show called, Naked and Afraid or whatever. Okay? So shelter, clothing, we can figure all that out. Fire, I don't want to have to use flint and steel, but if I had to, I could forge something, make that happen.
Right.
But water, you'll die without it. And so questionable water, not so much. And maybe
you can die slowly with it.
Right. And maybe, and see, here's the thing though, because once that goes bad, you're basically just pooping yourself to death.
Ooh.
And that's not cool. And so
talk about SHTF.
Right. And so if not a water filter, then a container, because to manufacture a container is a lot of work and really difficult. So like a single wall steel bottle or something like that.
Gotcha.
That'd be my answer to that question.
Okay.
That's a good question, by the way.
One piece of gear. That's an excellent answer.
What are you excited about for 2020?
Well, I was gonna say the Harley Quinn movie, but
not so much.
They're saying it's pretty woke, so I'm probably not gonna see that. So I'm probably just gonna stick with the election, because I like fine entertainment.
That's a good answer.
Highly choreographed, extremely expensive entertainment. The election should be very, very entertaining. Looking forward to that.
I think a lot of people are going to lose their minds.
At least half.
Although I got to tell you, after this impeachment thing, I'm feeling less like things are going to go sideways in November. I'm not saying that the left, and we do not need to jump into this rabbit hole.
No.
But I am saying that I'm not saying that the left isn't capable of shenaniganry in the streets, but I'm feeling less like this whole like outright just quashing of the impeachment I'm feeling a little bit better about November 2020 at this point.
Right, they could have drugged that out Glenn Beck style like he wanted, but they just pretty much stuck to the script. So yeah, but I mean, it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. I hope it's Bernie running. Oh my God. That would be amazing.
Evisceration.
Yeah, the quintessential socialist versus the quintessential capitalist.
I'm in.
Hey, Trump loves WWE. I mean, that's the top of the card right there. That's the main event.
Do you think like a body slam? Side question, not one of my 10. Do you believe in your heart of hearts that Trump could body slam Bernie?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It'd be amazing. It'd be fabulous.
It would be tremendous.
Tremendous.
And you need to believe me. Believe me. And if he did, Mexico would build that border wall.
Absolutely.
Because Melania is beautiful.
And they would pay for it.
Have you seen her? And they would pay for it.
First lady, ladies and gentlemen. Tremendous. Tremendous.
You're up. Send it.
All right. What is your favorite end of the world movie?
Ooh. Wolverines, bro.
Oh, the
Wolverines.
The original? Or with the weirdo from Drake and Josh?
Don't even come at me with that BS.
No Thor?
No, the original.
Yeah, Red Dawn was
original.
a really cool movie. I went and saw that with my little brother. I think I was, when did that movie come out? 84, 85, 86? So I was 9, 10, 11. My little brother's like 18 months younger than me. He and I went in there, I think it was PG-13. Yeah, it wasn't rated R, believe it or not.
Back in the day.
Right, so we got in with lawn mowing money we saved up, watched it, walked back out and went in and watched it again. That was the coolest movie back in the day. Now, I've watched a lot of end of the world movies, and if you guys haven't noticed, if Bear and I were in an end of the world movie, he's the serious guy that gets to say all the cool serious lines like Arnold used to do. I'm the funny guy that, as soon as brains and guts are splattered all over the cameraman and they come squeegee it off and Bear standing there, his cool, sun behind him, gray clouds.
Shades,
I'm the guy that says something funny so that it's okay. You don't have to be traumatized by the last scene you saw.
I'm pretty sure we could make this happen.
The key to being the funny guy, I'm always the second to last person to die. The main guy's not going to die. I'm going to die last.
I like
this. You
this.
don't want to be the a-hole in the movie,
right?
Because you die third to last. You make it all the way through and everybody's really pissed you've lived this long, and the funny guy keeps giving you a lot of crap about it. But sometimes the funny guy dies in a scene 10 minutes before the movie's over, but he don't really die. You're really sad that he died, and then the hero flips over a car or whatever to save a burning baby, and there's the funny guy. He was there trying to save the baby first. So sometimes you get to live. That's my plan.
And you don't want to be the bimbo, because you're going to die early.
Oh, absolutely. And topless.
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen.
A must.
All right. Serious question.
Okay.
If you had a billboard and everybody in the world had to drive by this billboard and look at it every day, and it was like your message to the world, what would it say?
Do you know who you are?
Ooh, that's a really good one. That's a really good one. You can unpack that as much as you want, or just let it hang and let people feel the weight of you.
I'll let them unpack it. That's part of that whole process. I can't tell you who you are. I barely know who I am. But do you know who you are?
I like that. That's really good.
I've been practicing all week.
You didn't know these questions were coming, man.
Oh, yeah, except
did you have, was Twitch
except for that fax you sent me
night?
4 days ago? I had no idea.
It was a fax. You caught me. I'm stuck in early 90s transmission technology.
I love 90s text. I've got a dot matrix printer still. It says Oki data on it?
Yeah, I only use 56K modems. That's all I use. Yeah.
High speed.
That's right.
Awesome.
You got another one for me, or you good?
Well, that pretty much is
Sums
all
it up.
of them. But
other than you were going to consider perhaps
something I've changed my mind
something
on?
you've changed your mind on. And if the answer is you don't know, that's okay.
Well,
we'll judge you, but it's fine.
I've been thinking about something preppery related. In the preppery out there, in the prepperverse, I've been thinking about lately. The system might not be as fragile as we think.
Okay.
There's been a lot going on that would have. I'm surprised things haven't transpired in a different way than they have up to this point. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Read between the lines. China. No, China, not China.
No, I'm pretty sure it's China.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know.
Apparently they've got tricks up their sleeves to keep the train on the tracks a little longer than I would have thought that they do. Now, this could all change tomorrow.
Yeah.
But so far, I'm surprised that the dominoes haven't started tipping. I would have figured it would have been much more faster than this. So, yeah, I've changed my mind on that recently.
That's pretty
Which doesn't make me feel any better. Because the people in charge, I really don't like them being in charge. So that just means they have a tighter grip on control than I thought. But there I go, getting off in the left field again.
Yeah. By the way, and this is not a shameless plug, your Patreon videos lately dealing with a lot of the stuff that you've been touching on have been really good.
I've been doing a real deep dive on it, and I've had to come up for air, which is another reason I was glad I made this trip. Kind of got me away from that. Haven't looked at the news all day. Haven't had a signal out here to do that.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't.
I've been getting texts from everybody. Some of them a little heated, like, "Bro, I've been trying to get a hold of you," and it's like, "Yeah, me too."
Yeah, relax.
I have 0 bars. So
exactly 0 bars. So yeah, it's been a good break from it, but I've been doing a deep dive, and I think that knowledge is the best antidote to fear. Is the best countermeasure for fear, because you're really going to fear what you don't understand. I understand sharks very well, but that doesn't lessen my fear of them at all. But the more you know, the more you know. And you can only work with the data you got. You can only work with the information that you have. Don't go flying off the handle in the really wacky. I've seen some crazy conspiracy theories that I wouldn't think of on 6 hits of acid. But they are out there and all over the place. Crazy stuff. So try to stay away from that.
And that's where I like consuming the content that you put out, because it does make me think, and I always bring it back around to, all right, what am I going to do about this?
Right.
Right? Like, how am I actually going to handle this? If something happens, what can I tangibly do right now in the moment to act on this information?
Right, and that's what I like about his Patreon work and his YouTube channel. He's very practical.
Yeah.
A lot of hands-on, step 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the things you can do. I give you a lot of things to consider and think about while you're busying yourself doing the things he talks about. So as you're staring off into the distance, that 1,000-yard stare, you're thinking about something I said, you need to get your ass back to work. But yeah, he's more practical. I'm more theoretical. I can do the practical things, but I've always been a distracted thinker. I don't know if I was an early ADD patient or the world's oldest surviving crack baby. I'm not sure. But I got that t-shirt, by the way. World's oldest surviving crack baby. 73. Anyhow, it's just being able to think it through. He tells you to build up physical calluses. I try to get you to think to the point where you can develop mental calluses so that you're not susceptible to every crazy thing you hear.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yep. Harden your brain.
Harden your hands and your brain.
I've been hardening my hands, and as I explained to him earlier today, I don't wear gloves when I work because I've been wearing them out too fast. from the inside. Absolutely.
That's a good bow.
Oh yeah.
Kyle from Survival Prepping for Normal People, my sworn enemy.
Absolutely, we cannot stand each other. He's touching my knee right now.
He's lying.
His hands are hard.
Misinformation. And actually, the guy that facilitated
There's
us,
somebody that's doing this.
well, the guy that facilitated our original talking way back in the day is here. And I need to introduce you to him.
Oh, yeah.
He's a huge fan of yours as well.
Okay, cool.
So the point is, and perhaps this will be the bow we tie in this conversation.
All right.
Don't get spun up. Like, at least for me, there was a lot of internet hearsay. Oh, I heard this and that and then blah, 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 Barrett. And I was getting emails, Barrett, what do you think? And I'm like, what do I think? I think this guy's actually pretty interesting. And then I think I sent you an email or we talked or something. I was like, hey, let's talk on the phone. We talked on the phone.
Yeah.
We ended up talking over an hour.
Yeah, it was like high school weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the longest phone call I've had since high school.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But it was good.
It was really good.
And here we are, right? And so
Internet friends.
occasionally somebody's going to try and push you and wedge you into a corner and shape your response to something. Know who you are.
Know who you are. People love drama. I love to deprive people of what they love. I'm that kind of husband and father.
Bless you, brother.
Hey, glad to be here, Bear.
Shalom, y'all.